Hey guys, I'm going to show you guys how to use Pinterest today. How to advertise your website or whatever you're selling absolutely free. Now I have also done paid advertisement with Pinterest, and honestly I did not see lots of results. When I did analytics for Pinterest after I've advertised, did paid advertisement with them, there was only 1 to 2 people per week going from Pinterest directly to my website, which is not a lot of traffic, especially when you're paying for it. When I started really using Pinterest myself, spending at least 30 minutes a day on Pinterest, interacting with people, I started noticing anywhere from 30 to 50 people per day from Pinterest going to my website. And anytime you get people to your website, that converts into sales. So I've been getting a lot of business from Pinterest. Pinterest is worldwide. Pinterest is a sociable network, believe it or not, which is something I never knew before starting this online clothing store business. Pinterest is a place that people come to interact with each other. It's a visual place for advertisement, for fun, for clothing ideas, travel, down to people selling kitchen sinks. Pinterest is good for everything. I think the great thing about Pinterest is it's all visual. And it's some pretty good pins. It's pretty fun once you start to get into it. So I'm going to show you guys how to use Pinterest, how to interact with people, how to get followers, how to get sales on whatever you're selling absolutely free. So as you can see, this is my home for Pinterest. But I'm going to take you to my page first. Now I get around 72,000 monthly views. This is around the people that go to my website, which is still pretty good. Again, for free advertisement, I think it's great. And I'm only on here maybe 30 minutes or less per day, so imagine if you spend more time on it, then you're going to get even more traffic. So before you start any Pinterest, well, any followers anyway, you need boards. I recommend 8 to 10 boards just to get started. The more boards you have, believe it or not, some people have 200 boards, and people love boards. People are going to not only subscribe to you, but they're going to start to follow you, and when they follow you, their friends can see that they followed you, and then other people see that they followed you. It's just a big social network to get a whole bunch of followers, and again, the more followers you have, the more website traffic you're going to get, the more website views, the more sales you're going to get. The boards you make, you want to stay related to your niche. My niche, obviously, is women's fashion and accessories. That's what I sell. So these are my boards. You want to make a board and have at least 10 products in each. But I advise 20 to 40, but I have a lot of boards that I'm working on, so I only have a few and some that I've just started. So these are the boards, again, related all to fashion, as you can see. My dream closet, weird fashion, quotes to live by. Everybody loves quotes. You got to mix it up a little bit. You know, as a girl, I can personally look at like this right here. Amazing nails, my vanity board. You know, I even have makeup looks somewhere in here that I'll show you guys. There we go. I can stay on these pages and these boards and look at all of these pictures all day long. That's why people love Pinterest. But the good thing is it's also a visual marketplace. You know, say for instance, like I have a board stuff to buy. When I'm ready to shop, I'm going to save everything I've seen that I really like to this board. And when I'm ready to buy it, I'm going to go to this board and pick something out of it and buy it at a later date. That's what's also good about Pinterest. Now, once you have all these boards and you have all these pins, you can start requesting people. Now, eventually, this is not right now, but eventually when you have your 8 to 10 boards and you follow a few people, because when I started I only had 1 follower. Now I have around 1,600, and this is only a few weeks ago. Eventually you're going to join something called Pin Groupie, and Pin Groupie is going to have a bunch of followers in it, and it's going to help you get your name out there even more. Now, I was fortunate enough, people like my boards because girls love fashion and makeup. All these boards right here invited me to be a part of their boards. Now, when you're a part of it, let's click on this one. You just pin to it, and I'll show you guys how to do that in a minute. You're just going to see stuff on Pinterest you like, hit the pin button, add it to this board. Now, you don't want to flood it with stuff that you sell because they will look at you as spam and they will kick you off of the board. So if you want people to see your website for absolutely no money, you want to follow their rules, which Their rules are mostly all right here. This is what you want to follow. Now they have 19,000 followers, which is great. You do not want to be a part of a board with 50,000 or more followers. Imagine 50,000 people posting things. Your stuff is never going to get seen. But remember, post a few things from other people's websites and then post a picture of something that you sell on your website. You don't want to make it all about you. You want to make it a social thing. Interact with people. So that's basically pin groupie, or you can do it yourself. You could even ask them to be a part of it. And there's also something that you can set up. It's called Tailwind, I believe. And what Tailwind is if you don't have time, you can go on Tailwind 1 hour a week, and you can maybe save like 25 pins. And you can schedule when you want it to post it for you, on which board, what time, and what you want it to say. That's something great for people that don't have time. I personally do have time, so I'm able to stay on here 30 minutes or less a day. But, sometimes I'm bored and I have nothing else to do. I actually like being on here, so I could spend hours on Pinterest. It just depends on the person. Now, I'm going to show you guys about followers. Like I said, I only had one when I started. Now I have around 1,600. So as you can see, all these people followed me. It's nice to just follow them back. Again, every time you follow them, their friends can see that they're following you, and it just brings more people to you. So I'll finish that up later and show you how to get followers. Again, stay in your niche. Mine's is fashion. So you want to go up here. I'm not looking for pins. If I wanted to start pinning, I would leave it on pins. But you could type in whatever you want. But I am looking for boards. Now, as you say, I already followed a lot of these people because I'm going to show you how to get the followers. And I'm just going to look for, clothing, like clothing on my website. And that's basically what I want. I want the same kind of followers that look at their stuff to look at my stuff. And I think this is pretty cool, so let's see. They've got some decent followers, some pretty cool clothing. So I'm going to follow them, go to their followers. Pinterest will allow you to follow up to 300 people a day. So out of those 300 people, 100 to 150 people are going to start following you back. Now, I'm not going to actually make you guys sit here and watch me follow 300 people, but I'm just giving you an example. Spend a few minutes on here every single day. Again, this is free website traffic. I was spending, not a lot, I just wanted to test it out. I wanted to see what worked and what didn't. So I was spending around 20 bucks a week. So that's, 80 bucks a month advertising on Pinterest. It didn't get me a lot of views. It didn't get me a lot of sales. 2 people a week, that's terrible. Out of all that money being spent, out of 80 bucks, I was getting 8 people to my website a month. I don't think that was good at all. By doing all this free stuff that I'm showing you guys right here, around 50 people a day from Pinterest, times 7, times 4, times 12, 12 months in a year, that's a lot of free traffic. So anyway, follow 300 people, you're going to get 100 to 150 of them back, and they're going to start following you. That's why you wanted to create all of these boards that are really interesting, eye-catching. Just act like it's you. If you were going on Pinterest, what do you like to see? But again, what you're selling. A lot of people love stuff about angels. If you're selling angels, for instance, pictures of angels or angel cards, whatever it may be, post some interesting content about angels. Post not only pictures, but some things for sale, some articles about them. You can do anything. Keep it interesting. You know how to become an angel yourself, how to dress like an angel, whatever it may be. I'm going to show you guys about editing a board. Now this board is already edited, but Pinterest is also good for SEO, search engine optimization, which is free advertisement on Google. A lot of people pay $3 and up per click on Google, which, as you know, that can get pretty pricey. If you use keywords that people are searching for, Google is a sociable place, again, that people go on to look for something. They want a specific question answered. Like, for instance, this board's about belts. So they will type in, where can I get a beautiful belt? Where can I get a chain belt? Where can I get a leather belt? This is answering their questions. So pretty belts, Google's going to pick up on that because Google has something called spiders that searches every website, and they're looking for the keywords. So if you have keywords in your description or in the name of your board, Google is going to pick it up. So I have 3 keywords here: beautiful belts, chain belts, and leather belts. So once people look for that in Google, it's going to direct them to my Pinterest, absolutely free of charge. Google is now going to broadcast my Pinterest to people that are searching for belts for free. Again, that's website traffic, no charge, and that's going to take people to my website, and that converts into sales. Now, I have all these beautiful belts, which obviously I don't sell. That is like a 60-40 rule. 60% other people's content, 40% your own. If people come on your site and all they see on Pinterest is all of your stuff for sale, they don't want to stay on it. You know, they want to interact. They want to see other people's content. They want to be having fun on it. They're not just coming on here to purchase. I mean, if they see something that catches their eye, they will, but a lot of people come on here just to look at pretty things. So all of the top belts are not mine, as you see. I don't sell Chanel. But these bottom ones, these are mine, which I also thought that this was a great idea. You know, all of these belts start at around $700 or $800. So every girl that sees these belts are going to want the top belts, but obviously it's a pretty pricey price tag. And then they're going to see my beautiful belts. This is mine, this is mine, this is mine. All of these are mine. And when they click on my website, they're going to see these belts are $12. They're $10. They're so cheap, and they're really pretty. So it's like looking at the belts that, you know, you can't really afford right now, but I really want a belt. Even though I want these and can't afford them, I'm going to go down here and still see these really pretty belts that I can afford, and that's going to help me buy them. Sorry guys, if I click on that, it's going to take me out of the screen, so we don't want to do that. So I basically showed you guys how to edit it, how to do some SEO stuff. Now I'm going to show you guys how to pin things. Now Pinterest already knows everything I like because of my boards. It already picked up on that. So now it's just time to start pinning. Interesting stuff. I only pin things that I like. So for instance, this is a fashion quote. That's one of my boards. I'm going to pin that because I think it's interesting. Again, another fashion quote. People love quotes, as you guys already know. I love this quote right here. This is just a great quote. So I'm going to save it to my board, which is quotes to live by. Now, I'm a part of a group board, so this is what I'm going to save it to. Because you need to add value to their boards. You know, if you're not going to add value, if you're not going to pin to them, so this is not my board, it's a group board, then they're going to kick you off. You know, you got to add value, you got to be a part of it. But it's also great because, like I said, I'm going to add 2 of these that are somebody else's posts, and I'm going to go in there and post one of my shoes that I have for sale on my website. Vacations obviously have nothing to do with anything, but I just think that they're pretty pictures to look at, and everybody loves to look at them. This is kind of cool, so I'm definitely going to save that into my boards, and this is just how you start pinning. You know, you want to just pin and save. It doesn't matter how many pins you have. People love to look at pictures. People love visuals. So you just want to pin. Pin everything and anything that you like. Again, stay in your niche. The more boards you have and the more pins you have, the more followers you're going to get, believe it or not. And you just pin stuff you like. You can honestly look through this stuff for hours. I mean, there's no limit. You'll kind of get lost in it, honestly. I mean, I do personally. You know, I love looking at vanities and makeup and all this good stuff. I think it's kind of fun. And that is basically Pinterest in a nutshell. Just posting beautiful things, you know, talking to people, being a part of it, interacting with people, posting a bunch of stuff. And you're even going to go back to your own Pinterest and look at it, edit your boards. And this is all free website traffic. I mean, if you wanted to go on Google right now and pay per click, as I've said, if I get, let's lowball it. Let's say I was to get 20 people a day from Pinterest, right? you still got to pay, say, $3 per click on Google. So it would be $3 times 20 per day just for a Google click. Now times that by 7 days in a week, obviously. You're paying all that money to Google when you can come on Pinterest, edit your boards, look up some SEO, look up some keywords using a free tool called Uber Suggest, find your keywords for your niche. It could be anything, even if you sell basketballs, it doesn't matter. There's a keyword for that too. You put your keywords in there, and then you start to rank on the Google ladder. That's a really pretty picture that I definitely want to have on my Pinterest. And you just start advertising and getting bigger and bigger, and their friends are going to see it by them following you, and it's all going to work out in your favor. And you're going to get a bunch of followers, and my goal is to grow this to around 18,000 followers, because the great thing is once you start building followers, it automatically starts growing organically, which means you don't got to do anything. You don't have to do the work. It's going to bring in people all on its own because you have so many people following you already. So that's basically how to do Pinterest for free. No money needed, just time. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments and I'll make sure and get back to it and answer whatever I can. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my page. Thanks for watching, and this tutorial was brought to you by Bombshell Clothing Co.